All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kodash. All praises to the world calls God. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh by Hashem, meaning in the name of Yahushai, being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. On our brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. And this one is going to be going into prophecy, right? And I ain't got any precepts really prepared. I'm kind of going through the spirit. So I'm going to start right here. This is Isaiah 42:9. It says, behold, the former things are coming to pass, going into the prophecies, right? The things that are written about Yahushai coming in this first go around, those things have happened. The things written about us falling away, those things have happened. It says, and new things do I declare, right? And what is the new thing that's about to happen upon the earth? Is what? The MOTB, the mark of the beast. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them, right? So this is part of it. So this is the new thing that's springing forth that you're being told of. And this is popping up on BBC News, one of the biggest broadcasters of news in the world, a mainstream engine. And now they're pulling this out at the same time where America is talking about digital currency, right? And they're even telling you that it's going to be fully controllable. You won't be able to do anything without them seeing what you're doing. Now it says the microchip implants that let you pay with your hand, right? And this is what John was seeing, right, in the book of Revelation, right? He saw people out and about going through their lives, paying things with their hands. He saw that they were forced even at a point to get those things, or else they had to be killed, right? It says Patrick Palman causes a stir whenever he pays for something in a shop or a restaurant. This is because the 37-year-old doesn't need to use a bank card or his mobile phone to pay. Instead, he simply places his left hand, and that's spiritual, that is the left hand, right? Because this is the wicked energy that's coming on earth. It says near the contactless card reader, and the payment goes through. The reactions I get from cashiers are priceless, says Mr. Palman, a security guard from the Netherlands. He is able to pay using his hand because back in 2019, he had a contactless payment chip injected under his skin, right? Injected under the skin. Let's go to the book of Revelation. I'm going to get into the blue letter. Right? Revelation 13 and 16, it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, right? I'll start at 15. It says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, which that image is a system that beast is pulling out, which was the Roman Empire, right? Which turned into the NATO, EU, with America, which is the whore that rideth the beast, right? Because that's that new power structure that this is coming out of. It says that the image of the beast, right, that system of the beast, should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't bow down to that new system, they're gonna put you out of this world. That's the plan. Right? This is why you have FEMA buying up caskets. This is why you have FEMA buying up guillotines. This is judgments that are written in the scripture that are going to be against those that have the testimony of the Lord, of the Yahushai, which is the spirit of prophecy, right? And uphold the things of the Lord, and those that come against the system that they're pushing up, right? It says verse 16, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That means everyone. Free and bond does not refer to a free nation and a bond nation, right? Like the dude in IUIC said, right? The brother hit on it too. Those that free the free world only referred to the time of nations that were not under communist rule, right? But this free and bond is talking about everyone, rich and poor people, free and bond people, right? Great and small, no matter where you are, they're going to sit here and bring this out and cause you to take it. And if you don't, you'll be under threat of death to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that word mark goes back into the word charagma. Let's go into that. You got to go into these words to get this understanding. The Lord is pushing these things out on earth. And we're coming down to the time where if you don't have these things in you, you don't have the Lord within you, the understanding of these things, you're going to be caught out there. Right? So the word right there for mark goes to the Greek word that means charagma. Right? And that word for charagma means a stamp, an imprinted mark. Right? A mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpted, graven. Right? So that thing carved into your flesh is going to be that chip. Right? When they're making payments with it. And this is what John saw when the Lord gave him a vision. He saw people walking through the streets, paying for things. Everybody had that mark on them. Right? Bow down to the beast and take what he said so that they can go on with their normal everyday lives paying for things. This is what John saw. He saw people go into the grocery store, grab items that he knew that weren't theirs, that he knew they were shopping and getting the goods that they needed and passing their hands over things to pay for things. It said when you go to the root word for charagma, it goes to the word karax, right? Which means from karaso, to sharpen to a point, a keen, through the idea of scratching. It says a pale or a stake, a palisade, which goes into that point of the needle, the delivery system. Right? Go into these words, look up the word palisade and see what it looks like. Then look up a syringe that they use to put that RFID microchip within people, the implantable ones, right? This is what you're going to see. You're going to see that palisade, which is that delivery system. This is what he saw. He saw people getting this put into them, right? And when you go to the root word for that word karax, it takes you to grapho, because this is a compound word, right? Now, when you go to the word grapho, it means what? To write with reference to the form of letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material, which this goes into the blockchain technology. That's what blockchain is about, is making a 100% accurate, detailed account of everything you do. Everything. Let me grab this video. Now, peep this. They've been talking about Web 2 and Web 3, which Web 3 is the next generation they're going to do. And hear what he says about Web 3.
In terms of speech bias and everything else that needs to be addressed.
Slow this down.
Web 3 is around digital assets. And that it means that our interactions, we can actually have a stake in our interactions. And the bytes and bits that we're exchanging via the web, we can actually have money, if you will, connected with that movement of code. And so Web 3 can cure a number of the ills of Web 2, and it's born out of Bitcoin and a distributed ledger technology that we call a blockchain. And the way to open the door within a blockchain technology is a cryptocurrency. So you could call it Bitcoin is probably the best example for us. That key opens the door. Just like when you go home, you own your house, but the key is the representation that you actually own your house. You can grant other people keys, but that doesn't tell them that they own it. Digital keys have a special set of capacity. That is born out of technology and a distributed open ledger. Anyone can participate in Bitcoin. You can
see an open key, and that's what it is. You yourself are going to be a key to that new system, and if you don't have it, right, to show that you have a record of it, this is how they're going to cut people off. But this is that mark of the beast system, right? This is what's being set up. And now articles are coming out to where they're sitting there doing this in the mainstream, bringing it out on mainstream news. It says a microchip was first implanted into humans back in 1998, but it was only during the past decade that the technology has been available commercially. It says and when it comes to implantable payment chips, British Polish firm Walletmore says that the last year it became the first company to offer them for sale. Right? This is what's getting prepared. If you take that, that's it. Right? It's no more games, man. This is deathly serious. We're in a time now where you're going to be faced with these things. And if your teachers aren't telling you that this is what's coming down the pike, you need to get in their ear. You need to leave them, actually. Right? So it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That mark is the charagma, that implantable chip, and you won't be able to buy and sell, because the whole new digital system that's coming is going to be all based on digital currencies, fully controllable, fully trackable, which goes into the word graphel, which is part of the word charagma, right? With the delivery system called the Carax, right? Which is that syringe with the charagma, which what implants you and brands you with the key to that system, your affiliation to that system. And this is what's getting prepared. Right? Now, if you take this and you want to bow down, right? Revelation, the 14th chapter. Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine. You see, if you take that, you want to receive it, right? There's going to be a day coming where they're going to offer you something that's going to be the new way of buying and selling. Nobody's sitting there buying and selling off of Jesus Christ, right? There's not a system that you can point out that's being developed in the world that's saying, hey, if you don't praise Jesus Christ, you ain't gonna be able to eat. You're not gonna be able to buy or sell. You can't point to me a system in the world where it's like that. Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And they're going to dress this thing up, right? They're going to dress it up as something being super beneficial. They're going to dress it up saying that this is the only way to ensure your part, that you're getting what you're owed, right? And for the ones that are hesitant, they're gonna sit here and, just like they did with the whole juicy juice situation for the new cold and flu season, right? Just like they did for that, they're gonna do it in this time and sit there and tell you, hey, you got to get this, or you're not gonna be able to live in this world. You're not gonna be able to get this and that. We're gonna take benefits from you. They're gonna do that. They're gonna dress it up. It says verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. So if you take it, you're gonna get the wrath of the Most High. which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. That means righteous anger. Indignation means righteous anger. So a cup without mixture of the Lord's righteous anger, meaning no mixer. It's gonna be straight 100 proof, liquor in that cup. That is the Lord's indignation, straight fire, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right? This is the judgment that's set. You can't get around these things. Right? Let me get this. This is Proverbs 25:2. It says, it is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing. In the honor of kings to search out a matter. And this was the honor that we had to search this out. That started with the elders and apostles. They're the ones that really came to this conclusion that the Lord dealt the Spirit to understand that this is that mark. This is what the book of Revelation was talking about. This is the last big thing, man. And it's been found out. So now brothers preaching and they bring it unto you. We're making it plain upon tables. Hey, you ain't got too much time left. Right? Don't take the shit. Don't take it. Shalom.